I didn't care about my health. I didn't care about my life. I didn't care. And my son was born, and it changed everything. How I looked at wrestling, my life, work. I said, okay, what do I got to change? So ultimately, I started, okay, well, let me start exercising. And that was going good. I started seeing some small results. And like the old saying is, you can't out train a bad diet. And I just said, I got to change it.
This is Lunch with the Punch.
Hey everybody, this is Dustin with Lead the Way Nutrition. I'm super excited because I have a special guest. He's a longtime friend. He's a client of our program, and he's a man that wants to share his story to help inspire other people. And so I'm super excited. His real name is Raymond Murrillo, but his wrestling name is Biggie Biggs, which is why I know him as, I call him Biggie. But Biggie is getting smaller, and he might not be able to keep that name very long. So that is what we're here to talk about, him changing his health and his life. So Biggie, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being on this call, man. I'm excited.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah. So I want to just go through your story, dude. But before we do, I thought it'd be fun to kind of get things started with some rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
And so some are fitness, some are not. So let's have some fun. Let's start with these. So the first one is, what is your favorite exercise?
Ooh, actually bike riding, actually.
Okay. All right.
Stationary bike. The local gym at Powerhouse Fitness here, they have a stationary bike. For some reason, it helps me loosen a lot of the daily grind pain from my normal job, which is walking. And security is at Walmart. So it just kind of breaks up that pain from the night before walking.
Okay. And then the opposite end of the spectrum, which exercise do you not like? What is your least favorite exercise?
Push-ups.
Okay, fair enough. Who is your favorite band or artist?
Currently, Jelly Rolls.
Okay, all right. And what is something that you're grateful for today?
My son.
Okay, all right. I love it, man. How old is your son, by the way?
Over 4.
Okay, all right. Very cool. All right, man. Well, yeah, just some fun rapid fire. And then again, because we're in the wrestling industry, who are 2 of your biggest influences in wrestling?
Bam Bam Bigelow and Hogan.
Okay. All right, man. Good choices. All right. So let's go to that, man. Like, let's talk about your childhood. What was nutrition and movement like, whether it was exercise or just daily movement? Like, what was that like in your household growing up? Both of those categories.
We just ate whatever was available. Ate everything. I was also playing sports my entire life. Football, baseball, basketball, soccer. Basically, I played everything.
Okay.
I was always just a big kid, but I was constantly moving.
Okay. All right. So you weren't sedentary, but again, when it came to food, whatever's in front of us, we're going to polish it off. Okay. Yeah. So how did you become introduced to the world of pro wrestling?
I went to a WWE show and saw my trainer, Ron, them passing out flyers, and then just said, hey, I'm going to try it and see, hey, at least I did it,
Okay.
And it's just been stuck. It's 20 years since.
All right. Very cool, man. A veteran. So recently we started working together because of your health, your fitness, but you're already on the path on your own. So yeah. I want to go back there. Like when you decided, this is something that a lot of people kind of find themselves in, is this like fork in the road. I want you to try to remember back. What was it that motivated you to start getting healthier and to start losing weight? What was the big driver?
My son, trying to be healthy in long term.
Okay. Was there any specific moment or event or something that was said that made you click and say, I got to do something about this?
Realistically, I got into an altercation at work. I had a homeless guy attack me. He trying to eat food. We have to kick him out. That's policy. So I'm asking him to leave, and he turns around and attacks me. And I got hit, and I just couldn't get up. And the weight was holding me down. So I said, at this point, I got to do more. I got to turn it up. And for my health, if something happens, one, I'm a wrestler. I know how to defend myself, but being weight held down by myself, that was the scariest part, that I can't do it.
Okay. All right. So at that moment, you're like, I got to get healthier. I got to get, the ability to have more strength to defend myself. So those are all good reasons. And then, of course, for your son, you probably want to live longer and be around for him and be able to play with him. So you decided to start, working on your health and your fitness. Is there anything you tried that did not work for you, that didn't yield results?
Honestly, doing it by myself, because I didn't have a lot of motivation. We grew up in a time where we used to coaches yelling and screaming, and that's how I am. That's what kind of gets me going. It's a push. So me trying to do it at night after work at 2, 3 in the morning, and there's nobody there. You're just like, I can't keep going. There's nobody pushing me.
Yeah. All right, man. I totally get it. So now, we crossed paths. You ended up working with us and doing our program. So what are some results you've seen in your body? What changes have you seen?
Thinner. I have a lot of clothes I've not heard. So one of my tag team partners gave me a shirt, and it was an extra large. At this point, I've been 3X, maybe going up to 4 to 5X. And maybe last week, just as a joke, I tried it on, and I could fit. And it actually fit like a normal t-shirt. Sleeves are cut off, but they're like, I can fit, and I'm not uncomfortable. I'm not like,
Yeah.
we used to do something tiny, and I was like, okay, this is one. Aesthetically for me, I was like, I like it, but at the same time, I'm feeling healthier. I'm feeling starting to get muscles definition in a lot of places.
How many pounds are you down now?
Since I started with you, I would say 40.
Wow. Good stuff, dude. I'm going to give you a buzzer with a round of applause, because that is phenomenal. 40 pounds is a lot to get off your body. And it's like walking around with a weighted vest to just chuck it off to the side and say, I don't have to carry that anymore. It feels good, right?
Oh, yeah.
So let's also talk non-scale victory. Scale victory is I lost the 40 pounds. I'm in an XL. I was pushing a 4 to 5 XL. But what are other side effects that have made your life better?
Actually, at work, I'm not as winded. Like,
okay.
Last night, I had to literally run from one end of the store to the other, and by halfway, I'm like, but last night I was like, okay, like now I'm okay if I got to chase somebody, to a point where it's like, okay.
All right. And then anything else like sleep, energy? You were talking about like your ability to move in the ring a lot smoother.
Yeah. As when we wrestle, trying to get to the next move, like transitions, is more, for me, it was like, just go slow. Now I can speed it up a little bit, and I'm not uncomfortable. I'm not as pain. Walking around, my knees were hurting, my ankles. I don't feel that pain anymore. My lower back, I have hip pain, and that's because I broke my hip when I was a kid. Even before I got into wrestling, I had broken my hip, and the only time I feel pain on that now is at the end of the day. It's just because it's, either change of weather or how long I've been walking.
Okay.
So, but I don't feel as much pain on a lot of the time.
Okay. So Biggie, let me ask you this. You probably know other people that are trying to lose weight. I mean, most of us know at least a few people that are trying to do it. What are mistakes that you see other people do that stops them from seeing results, that you're like, oh man, if they just stop doing that, I bet they would get the results they want?
Diet.
Yeah.
I've noticed diet is the big key. I have my days where like, in like Walmart, there's a lot of fast food restaurants inside. So some of them have Subway, some of them have McDonald's. The one I work at has a McDonald's. There's times I'm just like, it's right here. It's simple. There's nobody in line. I don't gotta wait for anybody, and I just get it real quick. Even then, I try to make healthy choices with chicken or something. 90% of the time, they make the Walmart food is right there, so they have fresh salads, they have fresh fruit. So there's certain days you'll notice diet is very helpful no matter which you try. For me, it's discipline.
Yeah.
If trying to keep on eating the right foods.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. And so, the other thing I would say is in terms of like you working with a coach, like, so those are all things that you've seen people struggle with, is that they're not focused enough on nutrition. They just want to move more. They want to work out more. They want to add more movement, but then they disregard the nutrition. Little do they know that's the golden goose. That is where you get your ultimate change. So I'm glad you're pointing that out. But, when you came in with our program, you are now working with a coach. And so you have somebody to talk to, you have somebody to change your plan and to keep you challenged. I want to ask you this: how has working with a coach helped you to see faster results?
His routine is actually more geared for power, and he geared it toward me and what mobility movements that I have. So through wrestling, dislocated this shoulder, my right fully, and left one is partially. So when I try to do a lot of exercises, especially dips or raises, I can only do so much. And I noticed Stefan has altered the program for me to help me with those movements.
Yep.
And he's constantly checking in with me, and we'll talk at least once a week or either text back and forth. But he keeps me motivated, and it's real fun. I do a lot of the classes at the local gym, but the problem with them is they're going through administrative changes. So some of their coaches are leaving, and it's like, okay, you guys have a good coach for me, and then he leaves.
Yeah.
So it's like consistent there, but I'm glad you set me up with Stefan, and I can do his routine on my own. And I'm like, okay, well, in my head, I have him right there next to me at least.
Yeah. Good. All right. That's awesome, man. So what is your next goal? Like, what do you want to achieve, say, in the next 6 months?
Go as far as I can in wrestling. And when you work other places, travel, I love to do it. I wouldn't have been in this industry so long if I didn't love it. Even still love it more now, probably like I did the first day. Just want to see my son and be healthy every day. That's ultimately my goal every day. Just wake up healthy.
Okay. I love it, man. Every day is a blessing. So I agree with you about that. Is there any final words of wisdom you would tell to somebody, advice that is somebody else struggling with weight loss, they're trying to get fit, that you want to pass on to them?
You're not going to see the results every day, and you're going to get discouraged. But no, long term, you'll see them, you'll feel them, and you'll appreciate the hard work that you did.
Yep.
Actually, before we started the meeting, I was actually looking through my Facebook memories, and one that came up today was a picture I took at the gym 2 years ago to the day. And I can see myself there struggling, and I looked at myself, and I'm starting to tear up because I'm like, I used to be that person. It was kind of a joke, like, you call me Biggie. It was just a joke name when I first started. People used to call me Big Boy and all that in high school. So I just turned it into a character. I used to eat everything. I used to finish other people's plates. We went out to dinner one night in wrestling, and my trainer was like, "Oh, get chili cheese fries, chili cheeseburger," and then they started throwing chili in my soda. And out of the rib, a joke, I drank it. And at that point, I said, I didn't care. I didn't care about my health. I didn't care about my life. I didn't care. and my son was born, and it changed everything. How I looked at wrestling, my life, work. I said, okay, what do I got to change? So ultimately, I started, okay, well, let me start exercising. And that was going good. I started seeing some small results. And like the old saying is, you can't out-train a bad diet. And I just said, I got to change it. And I started working for Walmart, and I walk about 10 to 12,000 steps a day. And I started noticing coming off my legs. I was like, all right, I'm losing weight with this job. Let me add some more. So I started hitting the gym and started slowly coming off. And then, I got to change my diet. So every day it's a salad, half a sandwich, and started losing more weight. And I started liking it coming off. And then that's when I had reached out to you for help. And from there, it's just been a nonstop avalanche coming off.
Nice. All right, man. Well, hey, shout out to you, dude, because it came down to you making that decision. And it all starts there. Like, I want to change. I want to get healthier. And then you start doing the things you know, and then you start asking for help so that you can get faster results. And that's what it's all about, man. So thank you for being a inspiration to dads everywhere and just men overall. And I know that this story is going to inspire a lot of people and get them to step up and to take care of their health as well. So appreciate you, dude. Where can people connect with you? What's your Instagram or your Facebook?
Facebook is Raymond P. Murrillo, my real name. Instagram is SoCal Biggs. Twitter is Ray Biggs. You can hit me up on all three. I'll answer. I'm at work. I try not to answer, but sometimes it gives me a reason to sneak off real quick. But I actually want to thank you, Dustin, for all the work that helped me, my wife, Sarah, a lot of the boys that I've seen. And before I reached out to you, I asked them and how would they work. I see what you did with Jarrell, and I've known Jarrell since he first started, and you've helped him change both physically and mentally. And I was like, okay, at this point, I'm going to see what he has to, I'm going to talk to him. We've known each other for so long, and that's why I reached out, because I knew I could trust someone I could trust.
Yeah.
Someone that was going to be not so judgmental when I came to help, because I could have went to the gym, but it was like, I know ultimately there weren't, you understood my struggle as far as being in wrestling and a dad and trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've known you for 15 plus.
Yep. A long time, man.
Everything you guys have done. And it's like, okay, I see where he's going. I've seen you start the company, and I've seen you help so many people. And I said, okay, this is the right choice for me.
All right. You're very welcome, man. I'm very grateful to work with you. And I like this. My passion is helping people get healthy and fit so they can live long and strong. So good chatting with you. And thank you guys for listening. Follow my man, Biggie Biggs, AKA Raymond Murrillo, and, come out to his show, support him, follow him on social media, DM him and tell him how his story impacted you, because I know he loves hearing those things. So talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.